Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Disco Kitty the Crappy Crafter, Crappy Artist today. I'm gonna be the Crappy Artist today because we're gonna do this giant pack of markers that I got on the vine. It's the last pack of markers that I got on the vine. Although I technically still have two more that I have to review, whether I will or not, I don't know. Because this is getting kind of old. Anyways, so, yeah, these are Toshare, or Toshare, or, you know, whatever, I'm not sure. And, they're kind of cool looking. They're round. They have a brush tip, and they have a chisel tip. It's all very, very exciting. I am super stoked. I kind of like the packaging, and I kind of don't. There are 3 separate little trays in here that hold these, so you can see them separate. And they don't quite fit into the bag very well, so they're not flat. But you know what? That's okay. I can't wait to see how they work, so, I mean, let's just get right into it. We've got this, and today we're going to color this. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. Alright, you know the very first thing I have to do is number this page. And this is a page that came with the markers, which is awesome. Loving it. So it's kind of it's an old-fashioned fat chisel tip, and it's a nice fat brush tip. It's soft, but not too soft. Some of them feel softer than others, which, you know, that's gonna happen with cheap, off-brand, quote-unquote markers. So that's all right. The chisels felt good for how much I used them, but I didn't really use them much. Here, I'm trying to actually blend some out, and they work pretty well. You gotta work with them when they're still wet, because once they're dry, and they dry pretty quick for alcohols. Here, I thought that this blender was just not going to work. It does not like working with the black, and that's fine. It works with other colors. This gel pen, though, holy crap, look at that. That gel pen works really, really well. And probably because it is such a fat 1mm tip. Ugh, it's so fat. Can I say millimeter? Centimeter? Yeah, millimeter. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, can you imagine a 1cm tip? Whew. It's probably the chisel tip, right? And I forgot to put down something underneath it, so alcohol takes that right up. Okay, so we're getting into the meat of it, and this will go pretty quick. So this is another AI thing. I went to a website and I said, draw me a cat coloring page, and I have a bunch of them, but this one came out really, really well. I really, really liked this one. I'm looking at it now, and I can see some places where I should have changed it a little bit more. Like the tail doesn't pop, and that foot way over on the left, that's just funky looking. Also, the toes are half the size of the toes next to it. It's like, I could have done a little bit better with this. I could have. But I did make the majority of it my own. See, I'll put a little thumbnail here. And that's what it looked like before I made it my own. That's what the AI drawing. That's what the AI drew. There we go. Speaking is not with me today. But yeah, I thought it came out pretty well. A super cute cat. I love this picture. I might edit it a little bit more. And what do you guys think? Do you think I should put my my line art up for you guys to color and see how you do it and compare it and stuff, because I'd love to see how like real coloring artists actually color the stuff that I've already done. Yeah. What do you think? Let me know. Comments. Always leave me comments. I love comments. But these markers worked pretty well. I was very happy with them. Here we are with the final colors, and then we'll look at it up close. But yeah, and the gradient in the eyes, I think I did a pretty good job with that. What do you think? Let me know. Well, that was a challenge. So here are the markers. All 120 of them. Ooh, 40 marker sets. Kind of, sort of. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to work with this. This really wasn't a project that would have wanted that anyways. Okay, so allow me to tell you why this was a challenge. So here's the is very pretty, right? Is very pretty. I like how it came out. This is the second one. The first one, I spent 2 hours. 2 hours. Never looking at my monitor, never looking at the camera, never seeing that I never hit record. 2 hours. 2 hours. So this is number 2. But you see what I did with the eyes? I did some gradient work with the eyes, and I think it came out pretty well. What do you think? Let me know. So, you want to see the first one? It's basically the same thing. It's just, you know, colors in different places. That's the one you watched me do. This is the one that oopsies. I tried to keep the theme of it the same. You know, the pink little hair thing in the front, and tried to keep the yellows and oranges here, and the greens or not the green is everywhere. The yellows and oranges here, the blues and purples here. 2 hours. That means that it's taken me way longer than I should have, and now I'm way behind. And it is time for me to do editing and voiceovers and stuff, but look at it again. I think it came out super cute. I really liked it. So with that, I actually recommend these. A couple of the less pigmented colors seemed to be not quite so not quite so damp. I'm looking through from the back side. I don't know. It's been too long. They're all dry. But yeah, it was. So a couple of them seemed a little bit dry. Some of them were super damp. Like I would put it, you know, I would do this thing, and you could see where the ink was just pooling behind it, which not necessarily a bad thing. It will bleed through a lot more because of that. Juicy alcohol markers means bleeding alcohol markers. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. I think they worked really well. I'll leave a link in the description. Same old, as long as they're still on sale. If they're not, then I have gone through some of the past markers that I'd already done, and I've noticed a couple of them aren't on sale anymore, which makes me sad, but it is what it is. These are cheap, generally one-off lines, so we'll see what happens. But I really liked these. The brush works really well. You know, it's nice. It is nice. So with all that being said and done, I recommend them. I'll leave a link in the description, you know. Leave a comment, say what you would have done differently, how would you have done it differently, how would you have made this differently. Because remember, I'm sure I talked about it at length in the voiceover, or I will. It is an AI drawing that I modified and made my own. But yeah, so thanks so much for coming, and until next week, stay safe.